Okay, we're live. We're doing this. What's up, everybody? So yesterday, Bungie and Sony, because Bungie's now under Sony PlayStation, they dropped a Vidoc, a video doc yesterday called Vision of Marathon, Bungie Vidoc. Before we start, real quick, so the top one is dropped by the Marathon, official Marathon YouTube channel, and then the one under it is dropped by PlayStation. It's the same image, but obviously the PlayStation one on the bottom put their PlayStation logo on it. Actually, the one that I'm using for my thumbnail. But the one on top, the Marathon one, look how pixelated it is. It's so shitty. And then this one, the Sony one, is super crisp HD. Someone messed up here at Marathon for this thumbnail. But even still, the Marathon one has 244,000 views. The PlayStation one has 137,000 views. Done a day ago. Just about like 24 hours ago. Obviously, drink that water, get hydrated. Actually, hold up. Hold on a second. Actually. Okay. Alrighty. What's up, Mr. Sliz? Vidoc sounds like some made-up ish. Yo, for real, I saw Vidoc and I was like, what the hell is a Vidoc? And then, obviously, it's video documentary. I figured it out. But no, totally sounds made up. I actually saw some of this last night. Really late at night, but I wanted to watch it with you guys and talk about it. Because before we even get into the video, there was a lot of controversy with obviously Bungie has like their controversy with Destiny and Destiny 2 and things with their CEO. He like bought a new boat and was firing people, and like there's a whole big thing with Bungie in itself. And then Marathon, like they had that controversy of like a bunch of like art and logos and stuff were picked up from some like artist. I forget her name on Twitter, and she called them out, and I think they since spoke and figured that out, but that wasn't cool. And then like you know, the art video, the video done, forgot the director's name. The guy, he did damn it, I forget his name. He did a bunch of stuff. He did a video for this, like a short movie that I thought was beautiful and actually really, really dope. And then when they showed the footage in the first playtest, people weren't feeling it at all. So now apparently they made some changes. They put out this Vidoc, so let's see what's going on. AM, what are you doing here? What's up, my man? It's Vidoc is very redundant. You're going to do a marathon on the new Honda Pacific? Sick. I got a Honda HRV, dog. This your gas tank got me acting up. Bro, Honda boys for life, homie. Let's go. All right, so we're going to watch the actual Marathon one, not the PlayStation one, right? Because, that's why. All right, let's do it. Damn, it does look like better already.
The whole point of an extraction shooter is that you're challenged to even survive in this world.
Need the captions on. Creative lead.
We heard loud and clear from the alpha. The world didn't feel.
It looks so shiny and plasticky. That new Diddy Vidoc is crazy. A Honda lawnmower. Okay, that counts. That counts. AM, let's go. Wait, we're gonna have to run this back. We wanna watch it.
From the alpha.
In this world.
We heard loud and clear from the alpha. The world didn't feel dangerous. The world didn't feel lived in.
Tal said before to us is this place that really doesn't want
the art is still so sick.
That sort of survival narrative really fits really well with the kind of world that we're creating.
That looks so blocky. It looked like that spaceship looked like Roblox. Hold on a second. Look at this. What? How do you Sliz? Hey, yo, pause, bro. Okay. Look at this thing. It looks like a block. the gun, the hand looks pretty sick. The gun looks like the graphics are sick, but it looks plasticky. Is that a tree? Yeah.
The world needs to feel like there is something sinister underneath the surface, even when the colors are really bright.
You should not be here.
We want to marry the classic Bungie game feel, where you are blasting stuff in the face and it feels amazing, with the sort of high tension of the survival genre.
Everybody's making extraction shooters now.
You have to go to places where you're taking risks, either
Loot.
risks from other players or risks from AI.
So we have all these tools now, Rook with Prox Chat, and the way the game works and sort of how tense it is. I think all those things work together really well.
I don't like that. The power thing coming out the hand makes it feel like a hero shooter, and like, I mean, I don't want to say it makes it seem like less realistic when these are like, I don't know what the hell these are, robot people and stuff going on another planet. But like the shooting stuff out of the hand, like powers, like, They don't make spaceships look cool anymore. Yo, for real. That looked like it was made out of not even the Lego blocks. What's the bigger blocks for kids? For like younger kids? Looked like it was made out of that.
You have another rook. Oh, stop that. No. Sorry.
Whoa. The flowers coming out of that chick's mouth is crazy. Pause. Whoa. Sick. Obviously very PvP, so off the bat, I don't really know if this is for me. But it does look cool. Let's keep getting into it. Vision of Marathon, Bungie Vidoc. Chapter 1, Somewhere in the Heavens. Yeah,
The Marathon ship is essentially a ship that we sent out from Earth, an Earth that was overpopulated, to explore and colonize a star far away that we call Tau Ceti. In a lot of ways, it's like the tale of humanity trying to go out into the dark void of space, find a place to colonize, and failing terribly at it.
Everyone's gone, something catastrophic happened, and it's not just their absence that's important, it's the things that they left behind.
The modern race to Tau Ceti all started when a mysterious signal came through the galaxy.
The turmoil that sort of ensues gives rise to all these corporations that were invested in this Marathon project, now going, what happened? How do we recoup our investment?
And then layered on top of that is the greed and corruption of all of the different factions and corporations.
Greed and stuff. That's rich coming from Bungie. Oh, man. That's cool and all, but where's the story continuation from Marathon Law? That needs an update. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Marathon lore. I've read up on it a little bit or seen like a couple YouTube videos when this was first like being announced. But it's supposed to maybe predate the Halo, right? And I remember there was like some like robot dude that was like trying to be invincible, or like a computer turned into a computer. Something like that. I'm not sure if this is going that direction at all. TBH. It seems already like very complicated. Like they're packed Earth. They go to another planet, and then something happens there. You got to find out what happens there, and then a bunch of corporations are invested, so they're going there, and it's like, okay.
Is the greed and corruption of all of the different factions and corporations and revolutionary groups.
In our version of the world, we send people out not just to discover what happened, but also to collect from the things that remain there, and those people are runners.
As a runner,
Shell.
you're a biocybernetic mercenary who's traded their human body
Eyes
for
up here,
a
guys.
biosynthetic one.
You're not an unkillable god slayer. You are a mercenary, a disposable mercenary. You will live, you will die.
They are not people. You are the person. You go into that shell and adopt the personality matrix that is specifically designed to help you do the thing that you need to do.
Personality matrix? What does that even mean?
Personality matrix that is specifically designed to help you do the thing that you need to do. And you've been hired by these factions to come to Tau Ceti to scavenge it for anything that might be of value.
As a runner, you've left your body behind. You've traveled light years so that you can have access to the ultimate payday.
With extraction shooters, it is all about survival. There are other people
Extraction
who want the same
shooters.
things that you want, and it's up to you to best them.
But there's quiet periods where you're listening for the anticipation of something. Could there be another crew in the distance?
That's very Arc Raiders vibe. I'm getting like, I mean, obviously they're both extraction shooters. This alpha, not even the alpha, the original, like when they first were playtesting this with people and showing some game footage, you know, it was already going to be an extraction shooter, so it's going to have similarities to Arc Raiders, which has similarities to every other extraction shooter. But the listening, some of the just the keywords are saying sounds like they've made changes since that first initial playtest up until this now alpha playtest.
Shot. Did I hear
Definitely inspired by Arc Raiders.
AI just alert?
Wasn't Earth guarded by 8 super soldiers? I know 6 died, but where are the others? Merc's being hired makes no sense. You're talking about for the marathon lore?
Did I hear AI just alert?
Same thing in Arc Raiders. Oh, the little droid with the happy face.
And then there's the loud, bombastic action moments where
Whoa.
the minute something is alerted, the minute you're in that fight, now it's go time.
He's aiming as bad as I am.
Danger to you. They can make a lot of decisions
Oh.
that you might find illogical and completely trick you
Sick.
into scenarios.
Is there a mine there? Sick.
Sometimes
Damn.
the best loot box is another player. that
Whoa.
you can run.
Look at this menu. That looks complicated as hell. Look at the container. Holds hella stuff. Overrun AR. WSTR combat shotgun. They look like a 3D printed guns that you like piece together like Legos. The I don't know, it looks really complicated. The backpack. I mean, I guess after you play it for a few hours you get used to it, but right now, okay, the shield on the bottom left. Equipment, implants. What are those? Those are probably like the hero skills. Equipment, that says Claiborne Mind. Then your shield, you have different kind of shields. And then it looks like you have 2 guns. Same thing like Arc Raiders. And I don't know, is that how it is also in Escape from Tarkov? Bungie not being accurate to their own law. Count 1. Dude, that's kind of crazy. That's right. They are the original. I mean, I'm sure all the people that did the original marathon and that lore no longer work with Bungie anymore. It's a totally different company. Pixel gun guns? For sure. That's what I'm saying. Pixel gun mobile. Yeah. Yeah, they do look a little funny and kitty.
So there's a few different ways you can play the game. So
Okay.
one of them is you can play in crew, both with your friends and also through crew fill, which will just match you with 2 other players. You can play solo, and you'll jump into a game with a...
Okay, so just like Arc Raiders, starting off with trios and then solo, and then I bet you once, like, if this game like sells a lot of copies and there's a huge demand, they'll make a server for duos, just like Arc Raiders.
bunch of other solo players.
In solo, I think
Guns are already being 3D printed. It's not such a stretch to see that in the future. No, for sure. That's exactly what it looks like. And then like, putting pieces together and then being, I'm sure, able to like put pieces together in different ways to make different kinds of guns and different like mods and attachments. It just does, they just don't look like aggressive or intimidating. They just kind of look like cute. Maybe it's the colors. And I also get like the color palette they're going for. It's future, different planet. The colors are super bright and wild. But they just look, I think because of the colors and that inherent look, that plastic 3D printed look, they just make it look kind of like kid toys, like Nerf guns. They look more like Nerf guns. That's the good one. They look like in Nerf guns.
the stakes are a bit higher, right? You have
Oh no!
Sometimes the best loot box
Okay,
is
we'll go
the
back from
player
here.
that you see along the run. So there's a few different ways you can play the game. So one of them is you can play in crew, both with your friends and also through crew fill, which will just...
Are those the only 3 characters you can be?
You can play solo, and you'll jump into a game with a bunch of other solo players.
In solo, I think the stakes are a bit higher, right? You have only yourself to rely on.
You still have prox chat, so you can call out to other solos, but you know, you are playing a tense alliance game where it's really up to them whether or not they decide to honor or respect that alliance you might have created.
Ratting. Oh, betraying.
It's all
Just
about
like arc
figuring out
raiders.
what's your investment, what's your
Yikes.
stake, when to get in, when to get out, and when to kill the other guy. Being good at marathon is like playing poker with guns.
Oof. I can see all the griefing now. You are not
One of
welcome
the things
here.
we've really
Chapter 2.
focused on is making sure the environments are selling the tone we want to hit with the game.
We've brought a little bit of groundedness, a little bit of grit, a little bit of darkness, a little bit of that mood that kind of is necessary for an extraction shooter to feel dangerous.
Our biggest goal has always been player immersion.
We're trying to keep
That looked like damn battle, a Blue Gate in Arc Raiders. That's crazy.
For an extraction shooter to feel dangerous.
Our biggest
The hallways and the design, the graphic design on the walls looks sick.
We're trying to keep everything as believable.
This girl's animation lead. Why is under it has she, her, and has everybody waiting? Were they doing that for everyone?
And realistic as possible.
So we cranked up all the material.
They are. Look, Kevin Whitmire, staff world artist, he, him. What does it matter?
Trying to keep everything as believable and realistic as possible.
So we cranked up all the material responses, feel accurate, feel realistic. You know, you'll get gloss, you'll get crud and mud. And no one of those things is all that sexy, but when you layer in just a little bit more, you know, responsive to light, a little bit more responsive to the player, things will part, water will pool, layer in all these different things, the world becomes much more alive. It feels like a real place, and then when you're feeling like a real place and you feel
That looks sick.
in danger, now your run matters.
I look back at some of the alpha shots, and it's kind of hard to
Graphics
tell when it's sunny
director.
or when it's rainy. Weather feels like weather now. But like when it's sunny, you
Wow.
get this really nice like bleaching effect. It feels bright. It feels like warm when it's sunny now. I feel like we're just celebrating that color so much more. I think it just
Yeah, the
contributes.
colors are fucking wild. Look at this. The turquoise, the bright orange with the black here, the gun. Oh my god. The camel blue gloves are sick. The texture looks textury. What's up, Demon Josh? Good to see you, dog. Early, yeah, we're doing something different. We're doing a react of the Marathon Vidoc that dropped yesterday. Doing good, brother. How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. Simper is Crotchington Taylor designer. They, them, we, us.
I feel like we're just celebrating that color so much more.
Wait. I want to see that other part of the building.
Now, I feel like we're just celebrating that color.
Right there. The green, the neon green here to the right of the gun. The blue, the orange, the turquoise. The colors are crazy. And then mixing like the mountain natural environments with these crazy structures and colors. It's a nice contrast.
So much more. I think it just contributes to the whole fact.
Juxtaposition.
Dead bodies in the game now. We also have like decay on the runners themselves. Like you'll actually see them fall apart. We're actually dropping the body. The body stays there, and the body slowly decays over time as you loot it.
So when
Whoa.
you come into a room and you see a bunch of carnage, but you see one body is still pristine, you know that their killer is probably close, and you are not safe. If everybody is just a messy goop, you're probably okay.
What? They turn into messy goop? That's fucking sick.
Audio is a huge gameplay component in Marathon. Every sound plays a function.
Sound is good.
Footsteps tell players everything.
Footsteps. hard to hear what you were saying.
It's telling you what is the type of threat that's around you. Where are they at? Are they above you? Are they far away? Are they close by? So if I'm in
Should I put on
bioresearch
the
and I
closed
hear a
caption for
particular
y'all?
material type, I know, hey, they're on the 2nd floor and they're in this room. Our hero is the world. So we're constantly trying to figure out where can music help reinforce what is the vibe and intent of this place.
There was the discussion about the interaction between score and sound design, and I wanted to create a score
This
that
kid's
wasn't
glasses.
like full of instruments you've heard before. The job was, how can I make what I'm seeing, this race to survival, even more nervous and even more terrifying and or even more thrilling.
Is that the music? Okay, yeah,
We have 4 zones, and each one of those zones has its own sort of approach to kind of level design and what it asks.
Yes, this game was teased months ago. We were saying it a little earlier. They did a small play test and put out some footage, and it got shat on. People weren't liking the style and the feel. And then some of the art assets were apparently stolen from this female artist on Twitter or Instagram. But that I think since been taken care of, and they've like paid her or whatever. And it looks like they took a lot of feedback from the first playtest and made a lot of changes. No, this is the one. This is the one. They made a lot of changes, and it looks better so far. I don't know if I'm not really down with the PvPs anymore. I really don't have like the time or skill or the time to get the skill these days. And then another extraction shooter, and this seems like I could already see like the potential and griefing that's going to be happening in this game. So let's see.
Players to kind of think about and do. You're going to start with perimeter.
They're going to show the
on
maps.
The outskirts of the colony. It's a little more spread
Look at
out.
the
You got
green.
a
That's
little
so
bit more
sick.
areas to be safe and to sneak around, but it's also a little more straightforward.
It really brings this sense of scale. It sits like in our fantasy as expansion site for the colony on the very edges of where they had settled on Tau Ceti. UESC are also there trying to understand what has happened and secure the area. Death is a part of Marathon. It happens a lot. Even
I don't like the way the robots were just like floating and moving along.
and secure the
That looks
area.
weird. I think they'd
Death
look
is a part of Marathon.
cooler walking, but some of them were walking. You can see one of them walking up here, and then the other ones are kind of like doing this like floating, almost like forward moonwalk.
To understand what has happened.
They
and
should all have the
secure
walking thing. It
area.
looks cool, but whatever.
Death is a part of Marathon. It happens a lot, even on perimeter, which we talk about as a more friendly zone to new runners. You are still gonna die a lot.
It looks pretty sick. Runners is also a very used word. You guys remember Zone of the Enders? The second runner. You'd be a runner. Yeah, I mean, PvP is a lot better on mouse and keyboard, which I have. I'm just not that good. I'm more comfortable with the controller, and with controller, you're such at a disadvantage playing a PvP against mouse and keyboard dudes. I mean, you can do cross-play also. You only play other consoles if you're on console, and PCs if you're on PC. The thing is, like, I put cross-play off, and I'm playing on controller most of the time against mouse and keyboard. Like 98% of people, 99. I'm the 1% playing on a controller on PC, but I do what I want.
Attention, unauthorized runner. You are trespassing in a military security zone.
Sick. Oh,
It was really
it got
important to
punched
us
out of the
that UESC
building.
were not trivial to fight.
Face them on Tau Ceti as a
UESC.
runner, you are the outlaw. You are trespassing.
They have a little bit of this haunted tone. So you can see they have this floating locomotion, they get these sparks, they have these...
They look kind of whack. These floating ones with the skeleton hologram on the face. I mean, this one looks
So you can see
kind of...
they have-
Yeah. Look, they look like little skull faces. And they look like they're on rollerblades. I mean, I think the legs, torso, and arms look cool. The head, too, if they wouldn't have that skeleton hologram on it, and then the feet look like damn futuristic rollerblades.
this floating locomotion, they get these sparks, they have these sigils over their faces. Sometimes their behavior feels almost like they're possessed a little bit, like are they taking in commands from a remote AI?
Wait. They just get like hologrammed in?
AI. The elite tier, sort of like this dark blue, The mini boss tier is more like a lilac. The boss tier is just gonna be dipped
Whoa. That guy
You have
looks
these
pretty cool.
tendrils that latch out and leech onto you and start sucking away at your consciousness.
That seems weird. They had me at all. They lost me at that one. Everything was cool until tentacles came out and they suck away your consciousness? What?
They have these tendrils that latch out and leech onto you and start sucking away at your consciousness.
Hey, yo. That even looks kind of whack.
Getting into Marsh, you're starting
Feel
to
like they could've did
understand
without that.
Something bad happened here, and you're seeing signs of that in a way that wasn't apparent.
Look at all the PCs he got behind him. Holy crap. These places, oh, it's Bungie and Sony. They got the money.
Here, and you're seeing signs of that in a way that wasn't apparent on perimeter.
On Dire Marsh, we've got the anomaly, and it's this strange alien entity.
It's like the Zone in what was the movie with Natalie Portman? The Annihilation? Was that it? The sci-fi movie with Natalie Portman. I forgot the name right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And when they went into the Zone, everything was weird, and the plants were weird, and the animals were weird, and at the end she saw the alien dude. It's PvE. Yeah, they were just showing the robots that are just AI.
Got the anomaly, and it's this strange alien entity that has erupted up out of the ground.
You're really feeling signs that this is more of an epicenter of where things went wrong on this colony.
It's got a different style of gameplay. It's more like a central complex that is rich with overlapping
shooting looks
areas
smooth.
and regions that you can find yourself kind of bleeding from one encounter to another.
It's a great map to go in when you just want some action, and you're gonna need somewhere to farm.
Each map has different weather systems. It has different dynamic events that can happen, and your approach to them
he's jumped there.
is never going to be consistent.
One of the needs that the design team
Oh shit,
had
Skrillex. No, it's not Skrillex.
that we should have is more challenging
Whoa.
PvE activities.
Each of our zones
There we go.
has these bigger events that don't happen every session, but when they do happen, you'll know they're happening.
Whoa, what the fuck is that?
Building these types of events into the world shake up your run and make you decide like
The shield thing is pretty cool.
Then you get to Outpost.
I'm still curious. Like, I guess they're gonna get into it, but like, when you die, you lose everything. Like, what's the consequence of dying? Obviously, it's an extraction shooter. You lose the loot that you were getting, but you lose everything else, all your guns and shit too. Annihilation, the one back in 2018. Is that the one I'm thinking about with Natalie Portman when she went into the zone where everything was all weird?
An Outpost is a more functional, thriving UESC facility. There's scan drones flying overhead, the UESC's everywhere, there's tripwires, there's a weather hazard. It's a lot of stuff you're up against from the get-go.
Outpost is a smaller map, but it's also a lot more vertical. It's built around a specific building that we call the pinwheel.
It's just this meat grinder of a
sick.
structure that's like a corkscrewed building that has nooks and crannies and hallways, and it just becomes a real, real cluster when you're in there fighting.
This is actual gameplay, right? This looks pretty smooth.
The floor is raised on Outpost, and nothing is free.
They also, I feel like, fixed the damage effect when you're hitting them. I remember, like, it's kind of like these sparks still, but and then those pink sparks, and then like damage. Before, I remember, like, in the first like playtest and gameplay footage, it was just like pixels coming out of them, which didn't look that cool. All right, I was right on the name of that movie. Hell yeah. The colors do look really good. Do you agree? Yeah, I think so too.
The pinwheel
Oh,
is some of the best.
the PvE keeps doing this charge, like run up to you and this melee move.
There it is.
But it's noisy. Players are going to know you're doing it, so there's extra risks.
It kind of sucks that like the bad guys kind of just get like printed there. The PvE enemies like out of like that camera thing. So like at first you're not expecting them and then they just show up. It gives you like a second or two to get ready, I suppose. But That's kind of wild how they just pull up. It'd be cool if they were just like patrolling or show up in another way.
Understanding each personality of every zone. That's the storytelling every player gets.
Every time you're on the planet, you can look up and see the ship floating and looming in the skybox, reminding you of why this place even exists.
Why does this
but
place
also
even
reminding
exist
you
again?
that something up happened here, and you got to figure out what it was.
Do you feel like everybody like talking is on a script? They definitely like made them read a script, right? And they're just on track, right? It's not. It just seems, or they said something cool. They're like, all right, I like that part. Now try it again, but this time give it a little bit more. Like it feels like they had to say these. These definitely not first takes. I'd love to see the outtakes. Death is the first step.
Marathon has a lot of loot in it. It's a huge pie. There's a ton of different implants at every rarity. There's a ton of different runner cores for each runner. There's
What's a runner core and an implant?
over 400 weapon mods.
Wow.
It's just an outlandish number of items to collect.
Yeah, but then it looks and sounds like Tarkov with like the billion things, not billion, but you know, the high amount of like combinations and equipment and things you have to know, and 400 weapon mods, bro. It feels like they're reading from a teleprompter for sure.
There's going to be a really interesting period of discoverability where players sort of figure.
Also, Arc Raiders has been doing this like video documentary series out too. I mean, they put it out over the last 3 weeks, a week at a time, and that was after the game's been out for nearly a month. This game hasn't been out yet, and they're already putting out their video doc series. It just seems like one of these companies or both these companies have a mole. Like, how do they, you know, like, because they couldn't have seen like the video of Arc Raiders thing and then decided to make this like in a day or a week or so. This was done a while ago, so I feel like when it was in production for Arc Raiders, anything they were doing, they started doing it right away, so it doesn't come out too far afterwards. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. High tech or Tarkov for sure. Tarkov. Yes. For sure.
What are the pieces that I have available to me? How do I get them? And how do I put them together into something that's awesome?
The art and the clips and the cuts and the edits in this video though are sick. I wish they would go longer. They're like really fast with that like where it shows like the negative space of the characters and he's about to like execute her.
Put them together into something that's awesome.
Right here. Oh my god. That's like a fraction of a second. That's so sick. But that tarp it looks like everything looks like it's kind of made out of clay. Like claymation. That tarp didn't look like fabric. Like the fabric of the gloves doesn't look like, it looks like shiny like patent leather plastic. This tarp doesn't feel like fabric to me. Everything feels like plastic unless everything is just 3D printed from plastic. Here on the right side above the gun, right above the butt of the gun, right below the 2 yellow arrows, that looks weird. I don't mean to be too judgy, but just keeping it real. Well, like look at these like little graphics right here. These clips are so sick. Shout out to the art team, even if they did steal the art, and shout out to the artists who got their artwork stolen.
Go through and look at how many iconic weapons have come from Bungie. And it's something that we really want to hold up and make sure that we're matching that legacy.
Visually, they're all
Damn.
really
The griefing's gonna be crazy.
distinct and clearly Marathon. But we wanted animation-wise, a majority of them to feel recognizable.
Whoa, that was kind of sick how he like put the clip up and like kind of like tossed it to the gun and like magnetically clipped back on.
Clearly Marathon. But we
That was cool. The scope. Damn. Yeah, I'm just noticing the weapon animations now. Look how the scope pops up.
Visually, they're all really distinct and clearly
Boop.
Marathon.
That
We
was
wanted
sick.
animation-wise,
And then
a majority of them to feel recognizable.
the magnet clip was sick too. Damn. That is pretty badass.
So when you put them in your hands, you knew how to use them.
The mods will
You know how to use them.
basically allow you to increase certain stats on the guns, that battery SMG. The gold mod, full blown, turns it into the needless. The sidearm is a gun.
Wait, something turns it into the Needler? That battery SMG, the gold mod, full blown, turns it into the Needler, the gold mod. Oh, to having a mod, the tier is gold, like the highest mod, turns it into the Needler.
The Needler.
The sidearm is a gun that is effective in close quarters, but maybe not too much outside of that.
That's a weird looking gun.
But the gold mod on this gun puts a suppressor on it, and then when I kill something with this gun, I turn invisible.
What?
And then that lends it to other build crafting if I want to sort of stack into how invisible can I be.
Whoa. The clear, like, plastic, like, curtain thing that he went through. He was invisible while he went through it. I would love to see that perspective from the other person's view. This part right here. He's clear and he goes through, like, the clear curtain type thing, whatever this is. That's fucking crazy. Okay, so also sounds like it's gonna start getting super complicated. He's talking about like you can have it like complement your build. So you're gonna have people like building crazy builds, invisible builds, or the shield build, or I don't know what else there is. We'll see. Or the little hero one with the, I guess, the Hadouken coming out of the damn hand. Damn. Yeah, people are gonna get super sweaty in this.
Can improve stats and your runner shell's capabilities. So there's lots of different ways to raise the floor of your stats so that you're coming into each run strong.
Damn, the PvE does look fun. What the hell's that? Did he heal them? Oh. Smoke. Damn, the smoke effect looks sick. Smoke effect actually, I don't, except that circle part there. Before I saw this, I was gonna say the smoke looks cooler than the Arc Raiders smoke, but now this pink glob right here. At first, when he threw the smoke right here, this looks cool, but I don't know what this pink glob is.
A bioprinted body that you inhabit when you go down to Tau Ceti to scavenge the ruins of the Lost Colony. Each of our launch shells is really an archetype of gameplay.
Okay, so there are different looks. Like 5 or 6, or can you just keep switching like the heads and the bodies and the legs and the arms?
An archetype of gameplay. So if you want to play like a frontline tank, if you want to play a rat character that wants to sneak around,
a rat.
If you want to find those rats, we have a shell for you.
Oh, that's sick. Anti-rat shell build. So you can see the invisible dudes, or can you see them on the map too, or just when you see them?
We have a shell for you.
Oh, a little like pink thing showed up above his head.
The idea there is like
sick.
Have a broad spectrum that everyone can kind of find a little bit of a home to, and then we're gonna build on top of that.
Cores and implants mold the kit into a playstyle that you want.
Whoa, it seems so complex, dude. You have your different runner, then you have different implants, you have different cores, different mold. Did he say? Or is I think one of those is the mold. Super complex. Then he said what, over 400 different mods, and so then like the combination of all those guns and mods, that's like thousands upon thousands. Different equipment, grenades, shields, cores, implants. Wow. Then what are you looting for? Are we just looting for?
So examples of those are like, on Thief, I get a second grapple. On Destroyer, I pull out my Riot Barricade, and as it takes damage, it's actually converting that damage into shield back to me.
Wow.
And these
That's
can be
sick.
used in combination with each other to shift the gameplay style of your runner kit.
Melee invisible dude. Oh.
At any point you feel like you don't want to risk anything, or maybe you're down on your luck and you want the opportunity to get back, Rook's your guy.
Rook's your guy. This is kind of like the free loadout in Arc Raiders.
Rook is a prototype runner shell.
It's a mode where we make it easy for you to just kind of drop into a match that's in progress and run about and try to scavenge as much as possible.
If you are going in solo to a run that's already in progress, you don't have a team, you have a very limited loadout, but you're not risking anything. This lets you kind of get in, grab a little bit of loot, and then bail.
So when you get,
Interesting.
like a really powerful gun or implant or core, it is unlocking some new space or new challenge that you've never done before, and the loot is helping you reach greater heights.
That's kind of cool.
Faction agents are such a
That's
big
so
vehicle for
sick, dude. The silkworms, like 3D printing the bodies. The art style is so cool.
Faction agents are such a big vehicle for tone and narrative for the world.
Each faction has their own motivations, their own desires, the things they're going to ask.
So now we're gonna get into factions. Damn, it's a lot. This is why I feel like games are like, we don't even need to do single player or campaign mode. Like, there's so much like complexity in these live service looter shooters, extractions, whatever you want to call them, that you don't need a single player. This is a single player. This is your experience. This is the future. It's the future of gaming.
Ask you to do.
We've got Traxxas. They're the most powerful corporation in human history. They have very
What the
long
is
arms,
that, dude?
very deep pockets.
What is that? The dude with the lion hooked up to stuff with black vibrating cloak. This is wild. What even is that?
Corporation in human history. They have very long arms and very deep pockets to kind of get what they want.
So they might ask you to go and find specific weapons or mods.
Congratulations, runner. Your last performance evaluation was rated on track.
If you're a PvP player, one of the factions is called Arachne. They're essentially a death cult. What that translates to is that they're asking you to go and kill other runners.
Whoa.
The sacred thermodynamics of violence.
Mida is all about destruction. They are going to give you
Terrorists.
grenades, they're going to give you claymores, they're going to let you blow the place up.
And they are irreverent and dangerous. They might ask you to upload this malware into a UESC dropship, and as it leaves, it explodes and careens off into the distance.
Dude, why do the ships look so lame? I like a lot about the art style, and like I'm all about bright colors and pinks and greens and oranges and stuff like that, and neons. I'm all about that. What is with the spaceships? They look like in blocks.
And as it leaves, it
Look at this.
explodes.
Look at that.
And careens off into the distance.
We have big plans. Explosive, visionary.
Each of our factions has an upgrade tree that you unlock progressively as you gain reputation with them.
And along the way, you're going to unlock these capstones that are these special upgrades. When you unlock that final capstone, you're gaining access to the best stuff in the market.
Can you do all of them at once? There's like, so there what? I heard 3 different factions: the Death Cult, this one, and the one of the Corpo and the Corpo. And I'm sure they'll add more later or whatever. But when you do the skill, can you do like all 3 skill trees at the same time, or do you have to like? I imagine you can. So then you have all those powers, and then you can only load up a certain amount per thing. So you have to pick. Very interesting. What's up, fandom? We're watching the Bungie's Marathons Vidoc video documentary that came out yesterday. What do you think so far?
Gold items.
In addition, these faction upgrades can increase your runner's base stats, and those base stat upgrades are permanent for the rest of the season.
The rest of the season, so are they going to be wiping? I mean, extraction shooters, looter shooters, you have to wipe, they say, is like how it works, or else like you'll get everything and then the gameplay loop is pretty much over.
Runner's base stats, and those base stat upgrades are permanent for the rest of the season.
That was cool.
Darius, you know me. Did you miss your last round of maintenance?
Don't touch
Darius, wasn't that the guy from the original, the character dude from the original Marathon? I don't know. I never played it. Not too familiar about the lore. I know a tiny bit.
Darius?
Access denied.
Hey,
Access
it's
denied.
okay. It's just me.
You're not alone.
Well,
The Codex
not impressed so
is
far.
a suite of
Were you watching from the beginning? I felt like some of the gameplay they were showing at the beginning of this video were a lot cooler.
of achievements, collectibles, audio logs, things that you're finding in Run that we're going to track for you over time.
Wait, say that again?
You're finding in Run.
What is it?
A suite of
Codex.
achievements, collectibles, audio logs, things that you're finding in Run that we're going to track for you over time. The more you find these items, the more story you're unlocking about them and what their role is in the
Burger.
world, why they're here, who cared about them, why they're as valuable as they are.
I'm repeating myself with these entries, but any fears inherent in the scope of this endeavor seem unfounded.
Within the Codex, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can unlock. Runner skins, weapon skins, weapon
Sick.
charms, stickers,
Cute. Sick.
emblems, backgrounds for your profile, and titles.
So it's everything from your first steps on the world of Tau City 4
It's a lot of
all
content.
the way through to becoming a vid master and taking on the most extreme challenges.
The Marathon ship is the hardest place to survive in this game. And if you're not ready to take your best stuff, well, you're not going to survive.
But then you take your best stuff and you get third party. That sucks. Roy Music, what's up, buddy? And artist, can I react to your song? It's kind of not what we do here, but why don't you send me a DM in our Discord and we could talk for sure, buddy. Welcome, welcome. Your name makes it look like a bot. Your name makes you look like a bot. Oh, is what Phantom's saying to that dude. Oh dear.
It's like a heist for a runner. Cryo Archive is big in and of itself, but it's also cold. It's also hostile.
It's gonna test every aspect of the survival game. Probably gonna be forced to run to players in ways you haven't been on other maps.
Everyone's just dying.
You're
Everyone's
gonna
just getting
run
third party.
into basically every type of.
It looks like, yeah, like you're gonna die a lot, and you're gonna lose all your guns and you lose your core and your implant. You lose all that stuff when you die, and it looks like everyone's dying a lot. So is that stuff relatively cheap to get? Because I don't see myself doing this over and over. You know, from dying and having to get stuff, all my equipment back.
Threat you have faced before. You're
I don't
gonna
know.
fight a who's who
I don't know.
of the highest tier UESC units, and the UESC are there in this presence you haven't seen before.
It's really cool because each of the vaults is more successively challenging than the next. And that 7th vault is where you both are going to get the cool.
That room looked
successively
crazy.
challenging.
These room
really
look pretty
cool because
cool.
each of the vaults-
Look at this room with the shiny pink and these tubes everywhere. A lot of pink and red. This looks nuts.
Is more successively challenging than the next.
I like the art.
And that 7th vault is
A
where you
lot.
both are going to get the coolest thing, but also where you're going to learn the most about what happened to this place.
At some point in your journey,
Yellow
in
paint.
Cryo Archive, you might start wondering if the UESC are there to keep you out, or if they're actually there to keep something else in.
I don't know. What the heck is that?
Nice.
You wish someone's family a Merry Christmas aggressively in this game? That's great.
Nice.
I think
Oh,
the thing that
brutal.
I'm most excited about for Marathon is getting into the hands of our players.
The biggest thing I want people to take away from Marathon is that it still feels amazing. It still feels like
Oh,
it has
that was
spark.
cool the way he
Takes
exploded.
all the aspects
Pause.
that I think Bungie is really good at. First-person feel and gunplay, the super deep, crazy sci-fi lore, and it mixes up all those things together.
That was the movie.
In a really amazing
Or the short
PvP
film.
package.
Really comes down to every single discipline that's working on the game. The animation has to be good, the sound has to be good, everything has to be working in harmony.
That's when the controller fades away, the screen fades away. You're just immersed in the world.
That is what we're trying to live up to with Marathon.
It is a mad dash. I'm not
great
gonna talk
editing.
about that. It's a mad dash to the finish, but that's when
This guy from New York, did he just say I'm not gonna front about that? Where's this guy from?
It is a mad dash. I'm not gonna front about that. It's a mad dash to the finish, but that's when you got to put in the elbow grease and the extra sweat and blood it takes to get this done.
Dude, what is this?
It is a marathon at the core by aesthetic alone. I don't, as someone who doesn't really know about the marathon or lore, like that doesn't matter to me, and I'm sure it doesn't matter to 98% of the player base who wasn't even born when that game came out. We're just looking at this game for what it is and not comparing it to any of the lore or anything. Just comparing, just seeing what the game is on its own and just scaling it on that, for what it is, not what it's based on or anything like that.
Put in the elbow grease and
I think that's not the good way to go into thinking about
blood
this
it takes to
game.
get this done.
The gunplay reminds you of Apex a lot. I get it.
Dude, what is this? What is it? 5 people in the extract.
That must have been, that was from the play test. That's cool. Multiple people extracting. It looks like people weren't griefing each other too bad. Yeah, I don't like that like hero handgun hand shooting thing. The art style is so sick. The fonts, the logos, all the assets. Damn, March is soon, guys. That's in like what, 3 months, 3.5 months? Damn. Oh, this is the cinematic short. Maybe we'll watch that later. But first, I want to go back and read some of these comments. Okay. Yeah, let's get into some comments. Oh wow, the corpse decay thing is so cool. I agree. Having the see-through plastic in doorway is actually kind of genius way to balance invisibility without adding doors. That was the yeah, we talked about that too, the invisible thing. Yeah, were they always meant to be bots or no? Bro hitting the G spot on that piano, damn. The blood needed to return. Yeah, I didn't know if I didn't. Yeah, I guess there was blood, but yeah, I remember I was saying in the first couple videos it was just it was a lot of pixels and not like a lot of blood. He continues saying, now let's splat it on the walls and let stepping on a pool of blood make footprints. That would be sick. A bleed mechanic would be nice as well. Imagine leaving a trail of blood as you're running, sliding leaves a larger footprint, or like a streak of blood would be sick. Footprint of blood that can help your attackers track you easier. You can make a passive implant that helps you track enemy blood easier. Sick. 3D printed people. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Yeah, like 3D printed like bots. They said like you go inside the shell of your runner and you send them out, but it's not really you. So I guess you're like controlling it remotely. Yeah, we'll get into a bunch of these comments and then we'll see the general feel of what people are saying in the comments. If I get to the 7th vault and I'm not being verbally harassed by Durandal, I don't know what I'll do with myself. I guess that's a original lore reference. And again, I don't know. Yo, the foliage environments look so much better. Feels like it actually looks like the short film that was made now. Yeah, the short film is so sick. This looks so much better than the original reveal. If this gameplay came out first, the community probably would have given a whole different reaction. Crazy to think this was supposed to be out months ago. 84 replies, damn. Someone said art direction is, in reply to this, art direction is bigger component to game development than people realize. The scandal that the art was stolen was a blessing in disguise. I don't know. Not sure people are hankering for another live service extraction looter shooter. That could be said too, but then again, I feel like Arc Raiders definitely was a lot of people's first real extraction shooter, although it's very basic and not as obviously as hardcore as Escape from Tarkov. It was definitely my first like extraction shooter, and I don't count Helldivers 2 as an extraction shooter. So that I feel like kind of like opened the door for people that wouldn't normally play an extraction shooter. At least like if you played Arc Raiders, or the more casual people like myself that have played Arc Raiders, now you're kind of like you understand like the game and like what it's gonna be like, and like, you know, the gear fear and shit like that. So I definitely think Arc Raiders is actually maybe be a good thing for this game coming out after it. That's it. It's over. It was 20 something minutes. Yeah. It's over, my dude. We're just reading comments right now. How lazy can you be at video game making? At least hire people who actually do work. Starting to sound like proper cyberpunk in space. Fair. Most of this was original reveal, just brighter. People are just excited for a game. What's wrong with that? So what's good about this is it makes more or less the same. The art style is not good for a survival game, in my opinion, says someone. I guess whenever people actually have good stuff to say about the games, okay, people are starting to fight in the comments. This is why we don't read the replies. The story and lore for me are the best part. I need to know what happened, says someone. Another one, Daxelman says the soundtrack still bangs. I always thought Marathon's art direction had amazing potential, but with a shift in visual direction in-game recently, it's actually constantly screenshot worthy. Yeah, I think it was pretty cool. Some of it looked a little too plastic, a bit like too shiny, a bit like patent leather, too patent leatherish to me. But overall I do think it's like super different. It's something I haven't really seen before in the art style, with the bright colors and like just the aesthetic, like the tubing everywhere, and like the verticality, and like the neon lights, the decals, the stickers, and you know the things by the stairs, the design on the walls. I really like it. Into someone that's like into graphic design, I really appreciate it. Just went away to hear Roy's song. What? Oh, how was Roy's song? If you ask me, this is very similar to Altered Carbon. Oh, I kind of remember that. That was like a movie, right? Have you ever watched that? Yeah, I do remember watching that and it not being too good. But I remember that name. I haven't heard that name in years. Excellent that the bodies stay in decay now. More detailed customization would be welcome too. You are a runner. Emphasis should be on the you. A 1010 looks like the shimmer from Annihilation. Hey, that's what it was called. I made that reference too. That's what it was called, the shimmer from Annihilation. Okay, Annihilation. Spooky to see the reality refracting like a kaleidoscope with random objects suspended in space and time. Do I dare step inside the gravity rift? Can I step back out again, or am I an insect preserved in the amber of eternity? Damn, this guy went deep. Kevin Robotics EDU. Shout out to him. It's a Netflix series. Yes, I do remember watching a couple episodes, but not a lot because I don't remember it being good. To put it nicely, Roy still has work to do. Well, that's fair enough. At least you were nice enough to check it out. Shout out Mr. Sliz. I'm just somewhat a Firefly or Killjoy to agree. Yeah, I can see that too. Okay, I appreciate the added grittiness, says Make One Studio. It feels more like that reveal trailer they showed years ago. Have you guys seen that movie? We'll watch it next. The short film that they made for this movie a bunch of months ago. It was made by, I forgot the name of the guy, but he's really dope. He did like a couple things on Love, Death, and Robots, him and his team. I forget his name. It's been a while. The corpse decay mechanic is a nice innovation that adds immersion that I like to see games do. Even though it's not some massive blow you away thing, it still adds up. It's different and contributes to the overall immersion of the game. Yeah, I really like the decay thing too, showing like the time of how long someone's been killed. Because even in Arc Raiders without that, you'll see hella dead bodies around, and I'd be like, did you kill this guy? The later ones of Altered Carbon are good. Okay, maybe I'll give it a rewatch one day. Unfortunately, I don't have too much time to spare, but we shall see. I don't have Netflix too, but I got means. I'll be sailing the 7 seas. Ahoy, matey. Need some more space shows to watch for sure. Okay. Man, the sound design team here really do stay cooking, says someone. We heard loud and clear, and we've heard that from Bungie before. Ooh, some Bungie critiques. The new corpse mechanic is so immensely better than what they had in alpha. Okay, so that was the alpha. This wasn't the alpha. This gameplay footage. Alpha is obviously the first one. So I think that was the one earlier this year that got bad reception and people were kind of clowning on. I gotta say, the game looks way more fun. I love OG Marathon Law, old Halo, and older Destiny. So fingers crossed, Bungie. It also helps if I got into extraction shooters recently. I'm hyped to try. It seems like so far the general consensus of the comment session is pretty positive. Whew, excuse me. Seeing Steve Cotton again after Forsaken gives me hope, says someone. After taking part in one of the tests, I've seen that this game is actually fun to play. I'm looking forward to them building on the parts that makes this game unique. If anyone else recognizes this voice, but I can't put a finger on it, Roger Clark, aka Arthur Morgan from Red Dead 2. Is Arthur Morgan in here? Killbot is up next for you. What's that? Loud and clear, as in we heard nothing, so we're gonna do whatever we want like last time. Yeah, but I do like, I have seen footage from the alpha and comparing it to the gameplay footage now, it definitely looks a lot different. It definitely taken some advice and taken some change in direction. So I'll give them a little bit of credit where credit's due. I'm by no means a Bungie super fan or bootlicker. I didn't really grow up playing Halo. I played a little bit of Halo like 2 and 3. I grew up more of a Sony PlayStation dude. I did Destiny for like a week or so and didn't really get into it. And then my younger cousin ended up just taking over and just played it all the time. But I didn't really get into it. So it really feels like they're explaining the basics of extraction shooters. Fair. Let's see what people... Oh, no. Damn it. Why does that keep happening? Let's get back into these comments. Where was that comment? Weather conditions are sick. Yeah, did they say weather conditions like all maps, like it'll rain on all maps and stuff? Because that'd be interesting to see. You're more of a Valve fan? Sick. Steam. 215 Bungie describing themselves. Oh, about the greed and stuff. Feels like they're explaining the basics of extraction. Oh, this is the one I wanted to read. In Marathon, we've innovated the genre by allowing the player to aim with the left trigger and fire with the right. It's a game changer. Oh, sarcasm. FWIW. I showed this to someone and had to explain extraction shooter basics for them to understand anything they were talking about. I mean, some people haven't played extraction shooters, so it makes sense. Laugh my ass off. Some of y'all cherry picking whatever you can to make it look worse. Laugh my ass off. Really, really glad they listened to feedback, specifically about the dead bodies rather than the bags. They went even further with the decay system, which adds depth to the gameplay as well. Oh, so the bodies were going in bags before? Weird. What's Arthur Morgan doing in space? Oh my god, so it is Arthur Morgan doing some of the voices. Sick. That's the second person that mentioned it. I mean, still doesn't, it's not guaranteed. I don't know that for a fact, but second person that mentioned in the comments. That was a good presentation. I hope y'all nailed the landing. Yeah. Again, I don't think, also depends on the price point. I imagine it's going to be $40, saying like Arc Raiders. It's not going to be free, so I'd be interested to see how much it is. Not sure if I'd get this. I mean, for $40, it'd be worth to try out even for a little while. But it looks like super PvP to me. It looks super, like, not even ratty, but like third party and like easy to get like killed or like just snipe from hella far. And... you know, there is the gear fear. And then this thing is even like, it's not even like just bringing like the augment backpack and your weapons and some equipment like Arc Raiders. This is talking about implants, core. And then on top of that, you got your backpack with equipment, your weapons, your mods. Like, that's a lot. $40, keep dreaming. I think anything over than $40, they're bugging. I don't think anyone's going to play. And I don't think it's going to be free to play. $60, given the greedy comment. Maybe. I think $60 definitely would not buy. $40, I don't feel too bad for playing even for like a week or two, and even getting like 20, 30, 40 hours worth of game time will be worth it. But $60, no, they're bugging. Even $50, too much. Anything over $39.99, I am not paying. And I'm not even 100% sure I'd do it for $40. This looks so much better than what I first saw, says someone else. I was in the beta this past week, and this game is really fun. They just have to deliver on content. As long as there's enough to do and enough maps, the game will be a success. Wow. 1702, this is the concept art who designed Rolk and Nerzak in Destiny 2. His name is Tobias Quad. Yeah, over here yawning. Let me hit this vape. The industry has been pushing the price point for a long time. Yeah, well, hopefully the $40 price point of Arc Raiders helps things go down a little bit. This is a massive improvement over what we saw in April. Keep up the good work, guys. I cannot wait to play this game. I'm so excited. Just came from the release date mail. I am pumped. Solo Q and Proc Chat, great. This looks really good. And I feel like the success of Arc Raiders might not be detrimental to Marathon. Quite the opposite. It's probably primed a lot of audiences who wouldn't be interested in extraction shooters otherwise. Yes, that's kind of what I was saying. And it should be coming out late enough for people to start getting a bit bored of Arc. That's a fair point too. That's a fair point. I already kind of got over the gameplay loop of Arc Raiders, although there is the new Code Snap update that came out today, so I might be trying that tonight, this evening, so we shall see. I hope for seasonal story missions that dive into the lore, because the improved world looks so great, says somebody else. Yo, it looks like the general consensus, the general vibe of the comment section is mostly positive, man. Not as negative as it was when the art scandal came out, when the first alpha gameplay footage came out. So, yeah. Nintendo has been giving some few devs excuses to, yeah, Nintendo's bugging. The $70 Metroid Prime 4 that has been getting completely shit on is absolutely crazy. F Nintendo. I don't support Nintendo at all. And I suggest you don't either. Yeah, they will say it's a quad A game, so the price has to match it. Yep, that. Ubi suck. Fair. $69.99, Demon Josh would be crazy. Like I said, anything over $39.99, I won't get this game. And if I do get this game, it's going to be just to try it out and just to experience the aesthetic, play with some of the guns, pause, see how it is. I think it would be pretty tight. But I'm not going to, I say that now. You never know. But I don't see myself getting super into this, especially with the super PvP, sweaty, ratty, third-party aspect that seems to be going on a lot in this gameplay footage. So, I don't know. But anything over $40, not even going to consider it. Nope. You're going to keep skeptic until this game comes out. And if it's really fun, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. I hope for, I read that one. Decaying body feature is really cool. Never thought about how useful that could be. Yeah, for sure. The fact that they're allowed to say this game, at 220, the fact that they're allowed to say this gives me hope that they may actually make Marathon good. What part was he talking about?
It's a mad dash. I'm not going to front about that. It's a mad dash to the finish, but.
Oh, that. Okay. That guy said, I'm not going to front. Where is that guy from? Where is that guy from? I'm not going to lie, this looks so much better. This is the visuals we were expecting from that early second teaser, just before the gameplay was revealed, and gameplay visuals was so flat. I still think if this game fails as a PvP extraction, shooter, it would be really cool. It would be a really cool PvE extraction shooter with amazing puzzles and community secrets events. The playtests have been fantastic. Excited to see this get into people's hands. Oh, someone else played it. So excited. Damn, I'm kind of mad I didn't do any of the playtests. So excited. I love the closed alpha test so much. Glad to see you guys all close alpha. You got to be invited, I guess. And they didn't invite your boy Gucci. Glad to see you guys still pointing in the work to improve on the game. Very interested to see how it turns out and can't wait to get my hands on it. Keep up the great work, y'all. The tests were so much fun. Very pleased to see they listen to feedback to making sure we get the best experience as possible on full release. Sorry, the fucking font is so tiny. Cope. Can't wait for this game. Look, Mom, I'm famous. Vidoc is here. Now, Bungie, do not royally screw this up. Marathon's got a potential here. Getting there. This is great progress. I miss old school Bungie where everyone who was interviewed felt like they were speaking from a place of passion and not reading from a script. Yo! We were kind of saying that. They feel, Mr. Sliz agreed that they seem like they were reading out of a teleprompter. Seemed kind of weird. Didn't seem as authentic, but yeah, I agree. So you should see the full release of this. Can't wait. I need more of this as part of the music. Holy crap. This is what's in the background while I'm in a shootout. I'm in. Damn, I really want this game not to flop, says someone. I'm curious again. Thank you for the update. Love the more gritty tone you guys are going for. Nice. Over 400 weapon mods. I'm sure it's just 50 with a gradation from common to Sigma legendary. This looks incredible. Can't wait to try. 215, all the irony of them saying greedy corpos. This is a really great promo vid. Very well made. I agree. The cuts and the edits, I think, in this promo video are really dope. If you haven't checked it out, check it out already. Check it out. I mean, I had the link down below, or you can just YouTube Bungie Marathon Vidoc. This is only getting better. Love it. Keep it up. Love it. Excited to play some more in the future. Recent playtests were awesome. Looking forward to the future. Great update. Thank you guys. It's currently my most anticipated game. Can't wait to play full release. Dude, I'd say a good like 95% of the comments we're going through are seemingly positive, man. Let's read a couple more. We'll do one more page of comments. One more full screen. Alliances should be a pop-up contract that is agreed to by both players. Dude, I had an idea about this too for extraction shooters. Alliance contracts, or maybe like I don't want to say it here and give up my ideas. Nope! I'm holding on to my IP. But anyway, continuing to this guy's comment. Breaking it puts a rating on your profile so other players can judge whether to trust or not. Sick. What if it was $69.99? Then I'd be like, nice. You would def get it then. No, I probably would be forced to get it. You're right. But I don't really enjoy PvP. That's what I feel too. It gets sweaty, especially with all like it looks like a lot of, what does it say, cores and implants and things like that, and a lot of invisibility. So like being invisible and like getting sniped or killed by people that are invisible. I mean, it's going to be part of the game too, but it also seems like a lot of griefing, and I can see myself spazzing out, going out with a lot of like high-end equipment, and a visible guy just shooting me from across the room. Would really suck. But then it said they had a build that was anti rat, where you could see invisible dudes. Like one of your powers, I guess your hero powers or your implants or your things, your build is to be able to see where the invisible dudes are at, or see them, or see like an icon above them. So that's a pretty cool encounter, which I really like. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be very complex in terms of the builds and the things you can mismatch and the different implants and cores. So it looks like it's going to have a lot of depth for the PvP. Is this something I want to get into? Not too sure. But at $39.99, I might be inclined to try it at that price point. Anything over, definitely not. Phantom says they also got to work on adding the classic modes for Marathon. What are the classic modes for Marathon? That I think would be fair to consider. Is that like a story mode? Would be great if it doesn't flop. That's all we really want. Good games, fair. I'm more annoyed of games not made for gamers, because some people think they can do better, for sure. You read it wrong. It said $69.99 or $69.99. $69.69 is what I see. Oh, no. At first, Josh said $69.99, and then AM said $69.69. I saw it. Take those 5 subs away. I think we're already there, bro. Oh, man. That's funny. Everyone loves a good comeback story. Great work, team. This looks so much better, Bungie. Please keep cooking and take your time. My God, this looks insane. What a jump even to the last playtest. The atmosphere is amazing. My heart starts racing just watching this. You guys are the best. Oh my God, yes, March 2026, here we come. You can clearly see that they studied arc raiders, but I like it. Fair. Finally, this looks great. Way better than before. The lighting and outdoor environments look beautifully detailed now. I can't wait. This looks so much better, guys. Great to see all the feedback. Take it on board. Let's hope it's a success. Looks very polished, and I'm intrigued to find out more about the world lore. This is the extraction game I've been waiting for, says someone else. And last comment we'll read, this looks like such an improvement over the closed playtest I played. Like, dude, this game has been such a roller coaster of emotions, but I think we're finally back, boys. Good job, Bungie. Keep working hard. Dude, looks like people are into it, man. Looks like people are into it. Klaxon mode is PvP deathmatch in arena. That's one of them anyway. That aside, I think there are a few campaign levels. Sick. Rid of some of the old places would be great. Did they at least unsubscribe as well? I think so. I think so. Let's check out the Marathon movie before we get out of here. Marathon. Was it trailer? Marathon. Was it trailer? It was like a short movie. There was cinematic short. I think this is it. I don't know if you guys seen this one, but I've seen this. I watched this a couple times, and I really, really like it. Let's watch it again. Well, let's watch it together. Fried chicken. I baked my chicken last night. This art style is so sick. The car looks so goofy. These like plastic bubble jackets look so sick. Whoa. The graphics look amazing. Oh. Oh. Whoa. The car floating. The shimmer annihilation thing. Whoa. Whoa. That's so sick. And then these like silkworms, like 3D printing the robots. The aesthetic and vibe are so fucking sick. Whoa. Whoa. The landscapes.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand,
The team and the guy that directed this, they're so sick.
whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it's filled to well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless.
It's like a little MP3 player. Just looting.
Welcome once again. Once again. How's the new shell? How's the new shell feeling?
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion. Like $1 trillion.
Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder.
Sakaguchi.
Coming up.
Sakaguchi.
Charged against your line sent a reminder.
Is right? Like $1 trillion. Like $1 trillion.
Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder.
Sakaguchi Genetics, y'all.
Coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know. Do you mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there, so.
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's supposed to be my lucky charm.
It's pretty sick. The PvE. Oh. Damn, he went out like a real one. Dang, this looks so sick. Way sicker than the game. I would love to watch this movie or a single player campaign mode. Maybe movie more.
It's you. What? Really?
Graphic design is so sick. Oh, there goes all the floating stuff. Like, nope, we're not going that way.
What's that you always tune into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
You ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
And this music is. You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
Oh. So fucking sick. Dude, this would be such a cool movie. Or series or something. Whoa. Oh. Give me my MP3 player back! PvE dudes are cool in this angle. Oh. Oh, dang. They lit her ass up. Oh. Bro, this would be such a sick movie. Oh, my goodness. Dang.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remain. Nothing beside remain. Round the decay of that colossal wreck.
There's gonna be so much third partying in here. These environments look so beautiful. Look at this.
The lone and level sands stretch far away.
Damn. I low-key like them better than Arc Raiders environments. At least these shots they've been showing. These last like 4 or 5 shots. Damn, the art team that did this video is so sick. With the quick stabby, just to end him.
Recognize this child.
I don't know. Is that me?
Alberto something, that's the guy's name. And this is his team. They did a bunch of, like, I think at least 2 Black Mirror episodes. Such a sick team. Trying to just got signed up for closed alpha test. See, I should have did this. I should have done it. You deserve more subs for dissing Arc Raiders. Damn! Arc Raiders actually had the Code Snap update today, so I'm thinking about playing that in a little bit tonight instead of Helldivers 2. So I guess we shall see, y'all. I guess we shall see. All right, that was fun. So we got to check out the marathon Vidoc that they Bungie put out yesterday. It looks a lot better than the original alpha play test. So we shall see. Looks like the general consensus was a lot more positive. So we shall see. March is in about what, 3 months, a little over 3 months, and it'll be out. So I don't know. I'm excited to see the price point, how that works out, and I guess we'll see what happens there. Cool. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, I'll see you guys this evening. Peace.